Hi, good evening, everyone, and a very warm welcome to today's webinar. We are delighted to have you with us as we explore opportunities and experience that await you at the Sri Lanka Technology Campus. First of all, let's see what is SLTC.
Welcome to SLTC. Located in Trace City, Colombo for postgraduate students. And Paduka for all other undergraduate programs. SLTC, where dreams become reality. Nestled on a serene 35-acre campus, our university offers a peaceful haven for over 2,500 students to thrive academically and grow as complete, all-round individuals in all aspects of life as responsible citizens. Our campus is not just a place to study, but a place to live. We have a tight-knit student community with a hostel capacity that boasts 800 dorm rooms. Spread out across the campus are 2 canteens which are open all through the day, all coming together to provide students a vibrant, supportive community. We groom our graduates to make a positive impact on society, and we're proud to be ranked 2nd among non-state universities in Sri Lanka and 14th overall. With a remarkable 15:1 student-to-lecturer ratio, personalized attention is at the core of our teaching philosophy. Our majority PhD qualified lecturers bring real-world experience into the classroom, ensuring students learn not just from books, but from the wisdom of professionals. At SLTC, our commitment to excellence is evident across all our faculties. The Faculty of Business Management equips future leaders with the skills to excel in the global market. Our Faculty of Engineering fosters innovation and practical problem-solving skills, preparing students to tackle the challenges of tomorrow. The Faculty of Science lays down robust foundations, honing the curiosity and the thirst for answers in their journey across scientific inquiry and discovery. The Faculty of Computing and IT empowers students to become pioneers in these rapidly evolving fields. At SLTC, our dedicated Faculty of Technology is at the heart of our modern world. University life at SLTC isn't just about textbooks and lecturers either. We offer a vibrant calendar of events, from exhilarating concerts, theater, gatherings, and engaging clubs, to competitive sports activities. We have a long list of talented students who have even achieved national recognition in multiple sports disciplines. We understand that navigating university life can be challenging. That's why our dedicated non-academic teams and supportive staff are available to assist you every step of the way. From academic advisors to career counselors, We're here to ensure your success. You want to achieve it. At SLTC, we also open doors for our students into the international market with transfer options to prestigious foreign universities, ensuring they have every opportunity to pursue their academic journey on a global scale. SLTC, join us and forge your path to a brighter future. Your journey begins here.
The Sri Lanka Technology Campus, widely known as SLTC, is a leading private higher educational institute in Sri Lanka, recognized by the Ministry of Education, Higher Education and Vocational Education. SLTC offers over 25 undergraduate programs and several postgraduate programs across multiple faculties, including engineering, technology, computing and IT, business management, and science. So, our students enjoy a vibrant university experience on a 36-acre modern campus equipped with world-class laboratories, comfortable accommodation, and recreational facilities. Beyond academics, SLTC also offers an active campus life with sport, clubs, and events that enrich personal growth and leadership skills. Without affordable tuition, student loan facilities, and flexible monthly payment plans, SLTC ensure that higher educational remaining accessible while maintain international standards. So, without any further delay, we will move on to our main session for the webinar. And this is the time to it's my great honor to and welcome Mr. Sisitha Ramachandra, lecturer, higher grade, Faculty of Technology. Mr. Sisitha is a respected academic who has contributed significantly to the advancement of education and research at SLTC. His dedication of expertise continue inspiring our students and enrich our academic community. Please join us in warmly welcome Mr. Sisitha. The floor is yours, sir. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon, and thank you for your nice introduction. So let me share my presentation. I hope that I'm audible for all of you guys. Right. Okay. So, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Right. So, can you all see the screen?
Yes, sir, we can see that.
All right. All right. So, I will start, and actually, I will off the video and later I will switch on that, right? Right. So yeah, the topic is small but big potential and unlocking the future of quails as a livestock protein source, right? So, and exploring how quail farming can revolutionize protein production and strengthen food security and create sustainable livelihoods across Sri Lanka and beyond. Right. So you all know in our part of the world, like Asian countries, so we are having some food scarcity, right? So it is not kind of big food scarcity, but some people are suffering from food scarcity. So mainly protein malnutrition, right? Whereas that means iron and protein. So those are the most important and highest malnutritious nutritive compounds that lacking in our diet, most of the people, right? So the topic is all about protein sources. The protein sources are coming from the small bird, right? So you can see the small bird in the picture. The name is Quail, right? So you all know Quail, who is Quail is, I guess. So I was asking to do some general kind of presentation as the audience is more general rather than more specifically deal with technical expertise. So my presentation is basically for the general audience, right? So this is actually a bird, small bird. So you know birds who are the birds, right? So the most common bird we know that we take advantage is chicken, right? Roosters, right? Same, quail is one of the birds that we can get advantage. So what are the advantage we can get from this small bird? Basically for food, right? And what are the food sources? Basically meat and egg. So you can see in the main screen, the picture, what are the food sources we can get from this small bird, right? So in the topic, mainly I focus on quail, the small bird, right? So you know there are small species we know about little. We know them about very little, right? So you can see some of these species, rabbit, guinea pig, and crocodile, bees, and goose. So those are some species around us, around our farms or around our backyard. So we rare to get benefits basically from meat and other purposes. So if you check the pictures of that species or that animals, so you know rabbit, you know crocodile, you know bees, and the guinea pigs, and the goose, right? But most of the people, the general people around the world, they don't know about some of these species. So that is why what we call micro livestock species. The species are less popular among the community, among the people around the world. But still people rear these animals or the species to get benefits. So you know rabbit, we rear to get meat. And guinea pig, we rear to get other benefits like meat purposes or research purposes. And crocodile, not in Sri Lanka, but other parts of the world like Cambodia, Thailand, and the East Asian countries, they have crocodile farms to get benefits like leather and meat. And bees and goose are also the same. So these are called micro livestock species, very little known small animals, but they have huge potential behind them. So one of the species I focus from these micro livestock species is quail, right? So quail is one of the micro livestock species as well, right? So if you are focusing on quail, there are a lot of species around the world, right? So as you can see in the picture, in the slide, there are different species, different colors, and various patterns in their body, the plumage or the feathers, right? So the names California quail, mountain quail, and Gambel quail, Japanese quail, common quail, northern bobwhite quail. There are different species. So more than 10 species, right? We can found when you are focusing on quail studies. But mainly we are dealing with few species to get benefits. Some of the species you see in this picture, they are wild species. They are basically narrowed down to the jungle, right? And they are native to some countries. But nowadays, we are domesticated the quails. We take them and we put them into cage and we rear to get meat and egg. So if you are browse through briefly about quail, the quail is, as I mentioned earlier, very small bird, right? They have been domesticated thousands of years ago to get benefits, which is meat and eggs. So people known for a long time about quails, so you can get meat and eggs. So because of that, they catch them from the wild and take them into their houses or the backyard and make cages, and then they domesticate them for the easiness. So they don't go to the wild and get the quail from the wild. So if they have some bunch of flocks of birds, then they can easily get the eggs and meat. So many species, as I shown you earlier, many species, but the most of the world, the quails are very widely range, like South America, North America, Asia, Europe, and Australia. And some of the species are native to these countries. Across the world, you can find quails, right? But the cottonix quail, and also known as the Japanese quail, is the main species that we rear mostly in Sri Lanka. So you can see if you go to the quail farm or wherever they rear quails, you can see a Japanese cross or Japanese quail. So they rear that bird, that species, for get meat and eggs. So why the quail is matters, right? Why this bird is matters? Nowadays, as I mentioned earlier, the world is increasingly focused on food security. So the food scarcity is all around the world, and not in the developed world, but in third world countries or the Asian region or the African region, they are suffering because of the food scarcity. And they also concern about the environmentally conscious practices. And they need sustainable protein sources in this concept. And nowadays, the scientists and the people who are working with the food sector, they are finding different sources, different protein sources. While these protein sources are generating, the environmental factor is also there. Sometimes, carbon footprint, that is the things we generate that is harmful to the environment because of the practices, animal practices. If we rear big animals like cattle, right? The cows, beef, when we get meat from the cows, what you call beef, they produce a lot of emissions, gases, methane-like gases. So it is some of environmental concern. But this bird, very small bird, and you can't complain about environmental waste because we are in quails. So you can see there's a growing population around the world and increasing global population and unpredictable demand for food production with the rising population. And we require more food, more protein sources, basically, with sustainable approaches, right? So we can't harm to our environment while we producing these protein sources. So alternative options, right? So environmental impact. So as I mentioned, the traditional livestock farming contribute significant impact to the greenhouse gases like methane, right? And we have to clear the forest for the farming. So huge farms, you can see some part of the world like Australia and New Zealand, they have to allocate a big space. And the resources are depleting. The land's going to farming and all that. So the resources are depleting. So we need eco-friendly alternatives. And also the nutritional needs are there, right? The Global Health Organization emphasizes that quality proteins with lean proteins and rich essential nutrition, right? Lean meat mean the meat with less fat. So you know that there are concerns about fat, LDL, HDL, cholesterol, right? So lean meat or lean fat is less cholesterol fat, right? And some economic opportunities. So small scale quail farm is one of the opportunities. So you have several problems and we find solutions for that problems to bridging to get answer to those problems. So you have opportunities like from this bird. So that is why the bird recognized as a small bird but with huge potential. Right? So small scale quail farm offers accessible points to startups like entrepreneurs, farmers, and creating economic opportunities to the future sustainable agriculture has an impact to the alternate protein sources. Right? Quail farming emerged as a micro livestock solution that address multiple challenges like food security, environmental sustainability, economic development, and making particularly relevant in today's agricultural landscape. So this bird is a good solution to overcome this environmental impact and sustainable solution, protein solution, and also open up the economic opportunities to small scale farmers, right? And on the other hand, people can get benefits like meat and egg to fulfill their protein need. So suddenly I come into quail reproductive tract. So why? So reproductive tract is the main tract or the main part in the body produce eggs of that small bird, quail. So you can see the reproductive tract of poultry. Poultry means the specific term to use the birds, the domesticated birds we rear to get benefits. Birds we rear to get benefits like we take meat and eggs from the birds. So we rear them in cages like chicken. So what you call poultry, the specific term when we are using in science. So one of the poultry species micro-livestock species is quail. So the reproductive tract produce eggs. So this is typical bird reproductive tract, right? So you can see the yellow color thing here. What is egg yolk, right? Bittara kamali, egg yolk. So I use bilingual because some of the audience, they don't understand some technical terms from English, right? So sometimes I can use singular, right? So you can see structure. So the yolk going through this structure and then finally make the whole leg. You can see the down picture. So quail normally produce 250 to 300 eggs per year. One quail, 300 eggs per year. So it is roughly 1 egg per day. So they start producing eggs normally in 8 weeks in their life cycle, right? So very quick. So after they coming from the egg, the small 1-day-old chick, when they are coming to 8 weeks, they start producing eggs. And continuously, they produce eggs, 1 egg per day basis, right? So you can see some kind of a brown spots in that small eggs. It is not like chicken egg. It is very small, small bird, small egg. So chicken egg normally the rough weight is 50 grams, but quail egg is like 10 to 13, 15 grams. So you can see some brown spots on the shell of the quail egg. This is because pigments. So when you are going to the market and when you buy the person who's selling eggs, asking white eggs or brown eggs. Sometimes you say that brown eggs is good and highly nutritious likewise. But the thing is, only the pigments matters, right? There is no any highly nutritious factor behind the egg color, right? And the seller also gives some premium higher price to the brown color eggs, right? Because people choice, people demand. So likewise, the quail egg also have brown color spots. So this brown color pigment is called protoprilene, right? So the specific name. So it is kind of a pigment that gives that specific brown color. So that brown color at the end of the day results people rejecting this quail eggs. They don't like to eat. They don't prefer because of this brown color spots. Basically, that is the reason. So first of all, I have mentioned there are 2 products we can get from quails, eggs and meat. So first I will focus on eggs, right? So you can see the quail eggs, the real quail eggs that we have produced in our university. So we had birds before, and nowadays also students working with some of the research work, and they are starting to build a cage with around 60 quails, and they are about to start their research. So this is actually the quail eggs. So you can see boiled quail eggs in this picture, the bottom picture. So you can see this small proportionately to the chicken egg. And when you half it, you can see the yolk inside, right? So in the Sri Lankan scenario, we can see only the eggs in the market, right? We can buy quail eggs with like same kind of packs. But if you are going to some part of the other parts of the world, like in the developed world, European countries, so they have different types of products from quail eggs. So you can see one of the products. It is kind of a peeled egg, the shell removed egg with brine solution, lunuatur brine solution, and they sell. So it is some value-added product. So you can sell it to a premium price to the customer. So there are opportunities with quail from the egg side as also from the meat side. So the research part in Sri Lanka regarding this small bird is also lacking. If you are focusing on eggs, the quail eggs rich in nutrients like protein. It is a good source of protein, high protein product, and also lipids. When you are going to lipids, people are really shaky with lipids because they are concerning about the cholesterol. But this quail egg is good for heart health because lower LDL and increase HDL, right? So LDL is the matter, and HDL, it's good cholesterol, high in quail eggs, and also rich with vitamin A, B, E, and some of the minerals like iron. And the fertility factor, providing essential minerals and vitamins to support reproductive functions, right? So some reproductive issues you can see in with the people, right? They can't reproduce because of some issues in their reproductive tract. So those kinds of errors can overcome by consuming quail eggs. The fertility issues you can overcome, right? Prajanaka paddhatiya ashrita ගැටළු and joint health, right? So omega-3 and collagen is one of the proteins that essential for muscle buildup and help to reduce inflammation and joint pain, right? So there are several benefits when you are consuming quail eggs. And antioxidant properties, right? Selenium and vitamin E protect against oxidative stress, so which is the carcinogenic, cancer forming, pilika janaka karaka, right? Cancer forming agents build up in the body because of several reasons. So antioxidants are the good sources to fight against that cancer forming agents. And also in other way, antioxidants are beneficial for the human body. So antioxidant rich product is quail eggs, right? So if you are consuming quail eggs, so no issues. And meat. So meat also same as eggs. There are different products in the markets, but in Sri Lanka you can see the carcass, what you call the dead bird, and the slaughtered bird, maraput sattu. You can get the meat from the market. But some other countries, they add value. They make sausages, and combine with pork, uru mas ekka mix karla sausage hadana, and dried quail meat pickle acharu wage hadana, and they add some value and they sell that product. There are different choices to the consumer when they are coming into the market, range of choices. So they can buy not only meat, but also other products from the meat source. And there are some other range of products in the market, but not in Sri Lanka, not much popular. So if you are trying to start up something with quail, so you have some opportunities. Meat also with high protein content. This is white meat, not red meat, healthy white meat. So there are products like red meat, like beef, pork, and if you are a frequent consumer of beef and pork, it is one of the factors, one of the causes for heart disease and also colon cancers. Nowadays in other parts of the world, that is in the developing world, they are suffering from a lot of colon cancers because of processed food or red meat, right? So this is lean meat and white meat. So you can safely consume. So less health concern. Low fat and low cholesterol, which is basically LDL, considered as bad cholesterol. So LDL is low in quail meat, and good fatty acid profile, right? So the fat is good in quail meat, and several vitamins. There are a range of vitamins like pyridoxine, niacin, thiamine, and pantothenic acid, and riboflavin. So beneficial vitamins to human body functions, and minerals like copper, iron, manganese, and zinc, rich in quail meat. So it is less popular in the market. You can't easily access as chicken in the market, but good source of nutrient. So if I go through with quail products, and they provide concentrated nutrients. So as I mentioned earlier, there are several huge range of products, not popular in Sri Lanka, but in other countries as well. So they are carrying with huge amount of nutrient. So quail eggs and quail meat, you can see in both columns, per 100 gram, the amount of protein, fat, iron, and vitamin B12, vitamin B2, and phosphorus, the amount carried. So if you are comparing with the other meats, like the other options like chicken meat, the quail meat is carrying with a lot of vitamins and minerals. The proteins and fats are some are different, but the other things like antioxidants, right? And good fat, rich in quail meat and quail egg as well. So if someone will ask that, what is the number of eggs we want to consume per day? It depends sometimes. So even though the quail eggs, if you are concerning about different diseases like heart diseases or some coronary diseases like heart attacks. So if you are having some family background with heart attacks and all that, it is good to reduce the consumption, right? So, but one egg per day is okay, no problem. But if you are a huge frequent consumer of chicken eggs, this is good alternative to move from chicken eggs to quail eggs. The egg is very small and rich with good fats, vitamins, antioxidants, and other minerals. So it is a good alternative rather than chicken egg. So if you are keen to rear birds, quails, and if you are going to start a small farm in your backyard, in your home, so these points may beneficial for you. Identification or the sexual dimorphism of quails, how you distinguish male from female, right? So you can easily demarcate from the third week of their lives cycle, the male and female from this plumage. So you can easily see the female and male having different characteristics in their breast, the front part of the body, can distinguish by breast plumage, the feathers, and their size is somewhat different, and the vocalization. They make noise, right? From that noise, we can also distinguish this is male and this is female. Males have plain reddish brown chest. So you can see they have plain chest, no any spots or speckled chest, right? So in female, you can see the black spot. So that is the good demarcation to distinguish or sexually dimorphous the quails. And the males are generally smaller, and the males having noise, right? Frequent noise, which is very high noise. But females doesn't have any noise, or they make very small noise sometimes. So those are the demarcations. Sometimes from their vent or the reproductive organ, you can distinguish, but this is the easiest way to distinguish or to demarcate female from male. So this is one of the efforts we had in our university premises, in the farm. We had one tire quail cage, very small and very simple quail cage, and we had some like 20 birds, and we tried several things. We made some different feed ingredients to them, and we tried whether they suit, and we encounter with some diseases, not diseases, some complications, right? So I want to emphasize that this bird is very rarely show disease conditions, right? Not like chicken. When you are rearing chicken in the poultry farm, chicken farm, they have a lot of diseases. So you have to frequently give some antibiotics in their early stages, right? So this bird, no headache, you can easily rear without any antibiotics. Some farmers, they for the extra protection, they provide antibiotics and all that. But if you are managing a clean environment, and if you are providing them good food, good clean water, then no issues. They don't face any diseases, and they don't show any bad conditions. So if you are going to check whether the feed for quail in the market, it is rarely found the quail feed in the market. But if you are going to check the chicken feed, the broiler, right? Broiler සත්තුන්ට දෙන ආහාර, නැත්නම් layer සත්තුන්ට, බිත්තර දාන සත්තුන්ට, කුකුල්ලුන්ට දෙන cam, it is very common. But for quail, It is less common. 1 or 2 producers they produce and they dispatch them into the market, but it is less common. But more alternatives around your backyard or around you, there are a lot of alternatives to quail feed. Sometimes you can get the layer feed ration or broiler feed ration. Ration means the feed, and then you can mix the other alternate cheap sources and mix, and then you can provide them to eat. As an example, rice sprouts. We at a පැලවෙන්න දාලා පැලේ එනකොට ඒක කපලා දෙන්න පුළුවන්. What you call rice sprouts, highly nutritious for quails. So quails also need high protein when they are growing. The first initial growing stage, they need high protein and also calcium. They are very active birds, not like chicken. They are very active. If you go and see by looking at quail cage, they are very active birds. So they need the nutrition, more protein, and also calcium. So the alternate sources you have like rice sprouts, jack seeds for setup. So you can get the crushed jack seed and you can incorporate that jack seed to their feed. A good source. And also BSF, black soldier fly, most promising insect nowadays. So you can incorporate that black soldier fly larvae. So that is that insect you can see, and the larvae, one of the life cycle stages of that insect, what you call larvae or larva, right? So you can incorporate that larva to their feed. Highly good source for protein. So their protein intake you can boost up with these kinds of sources. And if you are going to rear quails, so you can rear 1 to 4 quails in 1 square feet, right? So if you are focusing on what you call highly commercialized level, a huge amount of birds in 1 unit area, so you can go for 4 quails per 1 square foot. So there are several methods of rearing, right? Extensive, semi-intensive, and intensive. So if it is intensive, very highly, if you want to pay attention, then highly and give food and frequently and rearing a lot of bird in 1 small unit, then you can go for 4 quails per 1 square foot. So the light is matter for this bird. So you need long day length, right? So the light is required for their production, egg production, because they absorb light from their eyes, right? Hustling light absorb කරගන්නවා. Optic nerve, දෘෂ්ටික ස්නායු optic nerve can absorb කරගන්නවා, and they pass that message to brain and induce the brain to start the hormonal cascade to induce their reproductive tract. Right? එතකොට හෝමෝන් ඇක්ටිව් කරන්න එහෙම ලයිට් එක ඇබ්සෝබ් කරගෙන ඒ මැසේජ් එක ඔළුවට යවලා බ්‍රේන් එකට යවලා මොළයට යවලා මොළයෙන් අර හෝමෝන් ප්‍රවාහය නැත්තම් අර තියෙන හෝමෝන් එකින් එක ඇක්ටිව් කරනවා බිත්තර ප්‍රොඩක්ෂන් එකට. So that is why they need long day length light. So if the background is dark, or if you can't provide daylight, so you need to provide artificial light to better egg production, which is 16 hours light actually. So they need rest period like 8 hours night period but you have to provide 16 hours light for their better production, right? So you have to make, as I mentioned earlier, you have to focus on their hygiene, clean environment. You have to clean every day. You have to pay attention of the birds, give good feed sources, and then you can come up with good production, basically eggs. So if you are going to meat purpose, it is one of the other factors, one of the other protein sources. So you can consider about that as well. So these are the complications what we encountered when we are rearing birds or the quails in our university farm. So you can see the bulging feet, right? Swelling feet, big feet. So notice this is not normal. What you call bumblefoot in quail, right? So this is because of infection, right? So when we rear the birds like a mesh, when you can see in the picture, it is a kind of a wide mesh, right? දැලක් වගේ එක හදන්නේ සත්තු. මේ angle එකට හදලා තියෙන බිත්තර roll එක යන්න බිත්තර දාපුවාම so the mesh creates some infections, right? Because from their fecal matter, sometimes their feet will damage. So when we rear the birds, their productive lifetime is 1 year. ඒගොල්ලෝ බිත්තර දාන්නේ උපරිමයෙන් අවුරුද්දක්. After that, the egg production declines drastically. එතකොට වැඩක් නැහැ. මේ egg production එක අඩු වෙනකොට අපිට කන්න දීලා ඒකට තියාගෙන වැඩක් නැහැ. ඉතින් අවුරුද්දයි මේගොල්ලන්ගේ productive lifetime. So in that 1 year, sometimes you encounter these kinds of implications. So what you can do is you can soak the foot in salt bath, get some salt or common salt, lulu වතුරේ ඔබලා carefully remove කපලා අයින් කරන්න පුළුවන් මේ තියෙන මේකේ පස් මේ කියන සැරව මේකේ තියෙන infected tissues කපලා අයින් කරලා, and then you can put some bandage, and some before that you have to put some antibiotic and ointment, and then put some bandage, and you have to renew the bandage daily. After 2 weeks or mostly 1 week, they completely recover from that bumblefoot condition. Otherwise, they will suffer and they will ultimately lame, and then die because of nerve damage. Then easily you can do. We have done the same thing. We have no any animal hospital here, but we have practiced. And one of the other thing is tagging, because of identification. Tagging, also known as banding. For identification and tracking purposes in both commercial and research. Research කරන්න ගන්න සත්තු සහ commercial age එක අනුව මේගොල්ලන්ගේ sex එක අනුව මේගොල්ලෝ මොන line එකේ ආපු සත්තුද කියන එක අනුව මේගොල්ලන්ගේ breed එකට මේගොල්ලෝ cross කරේ මොන line එකේද කියලා මොන හරි identification එකක් බලා ගන්න. There's a number you can see 2021 227, some number is there, so you can easily identify. So those are the things I want to focus. Very small things. I didn't go for deep or much technical things regarding quail. If you are like to know, so anyone you can contact. And the other thing is the sustainable quail farming model. So at the end of the day, you can try this at your home. You can practice. So you have a quail at least 20 birds, and they produce waste, and you can use that waste for your crops. So you can't directly use that waste to the crop as a manure. So it is kind of a hot fecal matter. That means high nitrogen is there because they consume a lot of protein, right? So the nitrogen is high in their fecal matter. If you are put directly that nitrogen to your crop, the crop will die, right? So you can incorporate that with compost time to time, and you can use. So it is a good waste to get benefits to your crop growth. And you can integrate that waste with other livestock like fish, right? What you call aquaponic. So that waste you can incorporate to your fish pond, and the fish pond are rich with live feed, right? DSML වගේ දේවල් හැදෙනවා ඉක්මනට ඒකට waste මේකලගේ දාපුවාම ඒක ඒගොල්ලෝ මේ මාළුන්ට feed එකක් වෙනවා. So likewise you can recycle, you can upcycle that waste material, and it is environmental friendly, so you don't waste something harmful to your environment. So quail waste or the manure is an excellent source of nutrient-rich organic fertilizer, rich in nutrient, and improve the soil health, and it is sustainable. So you can see a lot of potentials, unknown potentials are there with this bird. So if you are like to explore, you have the opportunity, right? So thank you everyone for listening. So if you have any questions, you can raise.
Yes. So thank you so much, Mr. Sisitha. I think it's for your interesting explanation and interactive session. So if you have any questions or queries regarding our degree programs at SLTC, please feel free to contact us. So I will share you our contact details. So wait a minute. Yes, you all guys see in the screen our contact details. So feel free to contact us through our hotline and WhatsApp and our official website and social media platforms. So that's it from our end today. Have a wonderful evening, and thank you all once again.
Thank you very much.